Ashton Maris, and for my thematic unit, I chose to do penguins for kindergarten. I would start off with science by reading a book called Cool Penguins. It's a book about facts about penguins, how they live, about their body, and what they eat. There's also vocabulary words in this book, and I found a worksheet that has some of the vocabulary words in it. It's called A Few Words About Penguins. The students can color it and cut it out and make a penguin, and then they have the vocabulary word and also the definition to read. You can also make this into a test if you would like. Then, after I read that, for my science lesson, I would take my students to the science lab. I would then have them make the penguin's blubber. I have ingredients to make the blubber, which is also like gack, I guess you could call it, and I have attached the recipe onto the website so you could see, so you could make it for your class. For my science station, I would read Baby Penguins before I would divide up my class into their science stations. This talks about how baby chicks are born, how they are hatched, and what the mama and daddy penguins do to keep them warm. For my science station, I would have a station called How Do Emperor Penguins Keep Their Eggs Warm? For materials, you need a softball, which is like a penguin egg, a large, long pillow, which would be the penguin's stomach, a belt or rope, and your student's science journal. For the instructions for this station, for step 1, you're going to take off your shoes, but leave your socks on. Place the pillow on your stomach and use the belt to hold it up. Leave enough of the pillow hanging so it touches the top of your feet. For step 2, you're going to balance the softball, which is the egg, on the top of your feet. Place the pillow on the top of the egg. Try walking without losing the egg. This is what the dad's penguin does with the egg while the mom goes and finds the food. Then after they do the science station, they would have questions to answer in their science journal. The students could answer, was it easy or hard to walk? Question 2, were you able to keep the egg from rolling off your feet? 3, describe the kind of walking you had to do to keep the egg from rolling off. Number 4, what did the pillow help to do the egg? Number 5, what does the penguin have that is like a pillow? 6, why do you think penguins don't make nests to use for hatching their eggs? And I also wrote that the students must write incomplete sentences in their science journals. After science, I would move on to language arts. I would read the story called Penguin Chicks. After I have read this book, I would discuss with my students some of the facts they learned about penguins, and I would write them on the board. Then I would give my students a penguin worksheet. I would have them write 5 complete sentences over 5 facts they learned over the story we read. Then I would give them a penguin to make, and it's called a penguin fact book. They have some questions. It says, what is blubber and why is it so important to these animals? Why do we stay warm? Then on the back, they would have to draw a picture of them staying warm. Then I would have them write more facts they learned about penguins and also draw a picture of their fact. Again, they must use complete sentences. Then I would move on to fine arts. I would have the students color and cut out a penguin to make for fine arts. Then, moving on to math, I would read the story called 5 Little Penguins Slipping on the Ice. My math lesson would be over measurement. For my lesson, I would have the students, since we've learned about all different kinds of penguins and how tall they were, I would have blow-ups, pictures of different penguins. The students would have to measure each penguin and see which one is the tallest, which one is the next one, and which one till it goes to the bottom, to the smallest. I would have them record in their math journals. Then, for the math station, I would have a game called Dino Dig. What the students would do, it says how to play. Place the dino tube cards at the center of the game board. Each player chooses a marker and places it on a start space. For number 2, players take turns rolling the number cube to determine how many spaces to move around the game board. Students must follow directions on the space they land on. If a player lands on dig, he or she picks a dino tooth, which are these, and the player uses the ruler to measure the tooth. The tooth inspector compares the player's answers to the answer key. If the players measured correctly, he or she may keep the card. Whoever has the most cards at the end of the game wins. And here's a picture of the dino board game. They would have a dice. They would have the answer key to tell you how long it is. And they would also have the dino teeth to measure. For my calendar, I chose to do a math calendar. It's at my work, so I couldn't film it for y'all today, but I took a picture of it and I also attached it to my file. On my math calendar, I have a calendar of the current month and the days. I have a poster of the days of the week and also a poster of the months of the year. We go over that every morning, and I'll have a student of the day that goes up and points to all of the months of the year and days of the week. They have a CD that goes with it. It's got the theme of the Addams family that goes with it. Also, I have an activity that you have cubes, and that you have to put cubes in a bucket to tell you how many days that we've been in school. And other than that, that's all I have for my thematic unit. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.